All right, we're about to go live, Wolf. This is our last test run before conference, so let's make it count. And just make sure we leave camera on center court at the end of the half and at the end of the game. You're good for now. All right, going live. Here we go. Hello and welcome to another edition of TCC Men's Basketball live on TCCEagles.com. I'm Brett Rutherford bringing you all the action here inside the Bill Ebrock Eagle Dome. The Eagles coming off an 89-54 win last night over North Florida Prep. It was their 9th straight. They've now won 13 out of their last 14. Mike Eisler had 21 points in the contest. He went 6 for 9 from the field, but maybe more importantly, 9 for 11 from the free throw line. Also added 8 rebounds, 2 steals, and 2 blocks to his tally. Errol Cashwell was dominant in the paint, 18 points, went 9 for 13 from the field. And Mandela Baladroka making only his 6th appearance of the season, had 4 rebounds and 7 assists last night in the big win. Today, they're taking on the Southwest Tennessee Salukis. We're going to step aside real quick for the national anthem and starting lineups. You're watching TCC Eagles basketball live on TCCEagles.com. And there were your starting lineups for both the Southwest Tennessee Salukis and the TCC Eagles. Running through it again. Number 12, Chris Hampton. Number 5, Isaiah Kirby. Number 4, Caleb Wallace. Number 13, Michael Eisler. And number 15, Rico Williams. All right, ready for the tip. It'll be Rico Williams in for the Eagles. Erico Gibson in for Southwest Tennessee. Again, Eagles looking for their 10th straight victory. Tip-off is won by Southwest Tennessee. That one will be deflected out of play, but will stay on this side. Inbound goes back to Ferris. Mason Matthews with it now. Tries to hand it off to Gibson, but here comes Wallace in transition. Gives it up to Williams, who tried to go right back to Wallace, but that one goes out of play. That bounce pass just couldn't connect. But Caleb Wallace making his defensive presence known early. We saw him get a bunch of steals last night against North Florida Prep. Continuing that here this afternoon. Cayman Prude with it. Over to Ferris. Back outside to Prude. Corner three. Doesn't go. Rebounded. Eisler. Wallace. Three on the other end. Doesn't go. Rebounded by Gibson. Prude goes inside to Cahelli. Tries to lay it off, but another steal for the Eagles. This one is Isaiah Kirby coming away with it. Slows things down, chucks it up. Can't get it, and he goes down on that ankle. Slow to get up. A little bit of a limp, but he's back up and moving. Inside to Cahelli in the low post. Eisler and Williams combined for the defense there. But the Salukis get it back. 18.5 to play in the first half. Mason Matthews, three from the corner, hits it. And the Salukis draw first blood here inside the Eagle Dome. That was sophomore forward Mason Matthews with the three. Chris Hampton trying to break out of some pressure here. That pass deflected by Prude and out of play. The Salukis led by head coach Jarrett Stevens, who is familiar to Tallahassee. Spent 4 years as an assistant coach on the men's basketball team over at Florida A&M. Under head coach Robert McCullum. Wallace with it now. Now Williams in the low post, double team. Keeps it, goes up, that shot goes up and in. Rico Williams get the Eagles on the board. Coach Stevens in his first year at Southwest Tennessee. We go right back to Matthews on the wing. Tries to get a pass off to Gibson, and that's going to be a blocking foul. First foul of the afternoon for the Eagles. That was Isaiah Kirby trying to draw the charge, and I think he almost had it. Official calls him for the block, though. That was a staple of last year's team, really getting under the skin of some of their opposition and drawing charges left and right. We haven't seen it as much from this year's team, but Kirby going for it there unsuccessfully. Prude inbound. That one goes right to Will Ferris, who scores, making it 5-2 Southwest Tennessee. Hampton heaves it to Eisler. Now swings it all the way over to the corner. Caleb Wallace. And they're going to say he stepped out of play. Oh, no, there's a foul called. And that foul goes against Mason Matthews, his first, team's first. A block there as Caleb Wallace tried to drive the baseline. Hampton inbounds all the way up to the top with Eisler. Now inside Rico Williams. He's got a quick 4 points this afternoon. That pass gets away from Cayman Prude. Another turnover. Now, some full court pressure. Williams has it. Baseline jumper, a little short. Rebounded by Prude. Now Gibson with it. Byron Smith getting ready to check in over at the scorer's table. He was absent last night. Usual starter for the Eagles, but getting back into the rotation today. Will come off the bench. Williams. That pass, the handle was lost there, I believe, by Kaheli. Now Hampton over to Eisler, and he'll get called for the travel. And Smith will check in for Isaiah Kirby. Southwest Tennessee leading this one 5-4, 16 and a half minutes to play in the first half. Ferris bringing it up. Guarded by Eisler. Over to Cameron Jones. Checking in for the first time today. Gibson over to Prude. Back to Ferris. Jones, corner three. Air ball now. Here come the Eagles in transition. Smith. He's got Errol Cashwell in. Also in for the first time this afternoon. Hampton has it. Into the corner. Wallace drives the baseline again. That shot goes up and in. Caleb Wallace gives the Eagles their first lead of the day. Prude keeps the handle. Tries to find Ferris. Caleb Wallace playing some great defense here. After Prude picked up the dribble, now here's Gibson with it. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Gibson puts the shot up and in. Trading leads a couple of times here early on. Eisler chucks it over to Byron Smith. Wide open three. Doesn't get it to go. Offensive rebound, Cashwell. Now it's Hampton with it. Pulls up. That shot, no good. Cashwell can't come down with a second offensive board, so the Salukis will have it. 15 minutes to play here in the first half. Ferris goes up for the shot and fouled by Mike Eisler. This is the last non-conference game for the Eagles this season. Next Tuesday over to Marietta, Florida. I'll be taking on Chipola in the first conference game in this season. Once again, Eagles back-to-back conference champions in 2020 and 2021. Ferris hits that first free throw. 30-second timeout called by Coach Cabrera. We'll step aside real quick. You're watching TCC Basketball live on TCCEagles.com. Ferris will head to the line for one more free throw. Coach Cabrera taking an early timeout. Recent games, his team has been used to taking early leads and not really ever having to worry about it for the rest of the game. And it looks like Southwest Tennessee came to Tallahassee to play. They've got an 8-6 lead, and like I said, Will Ferris, one more free throw attempt here. Eagles have won 9 straight, looking to take that winning streak to double digits. Isaiah Cathy into the game for the first time. He had a start last night against North Florida Prep. That free throw is short and rebounded by Byron Smith. Trying to trap Eisler, and Gibson almost had the steal. It goes off of his hand and out of play. They had Eisler trapped there around the center line and couldn't get that pass off. Almost lost the possession completely. 10 seconds are left on the shot clock and counting. Smith with it. Got to make something happen. Great sidestep, three-point attempt, no good. Ferris over to Prude, three ball, hits it. 11-6 now with Salukis lead here. Some adversity here for the Eagles. Smith pulls up, mid-range shot, hits it. Byron Smith with his first bucket of the day. Prude picked up by Wallace, now lays it off to Gibson. Errol Cashwell has him at the top of the key, going to try to back him down. Can't hit that shot. Wallace comes away with the rebound. Moving it quickly. Loses the handle, though that one came up way too high. They're going to call a carry. Yeah, Wallace just kind of, I think, moving a little too quickly there. That dribble comes up by his shoulder and really couldn't do anything else other than carry. Jaron Nunez-Radin. Finally, there's Byron Smith drawing the charge, but that was Nunez-Radin in for the first time today. And after Kirby's unsuccessful attempt at getting that offensive foul called, Byron Smith gets it done. Again, I love to see it. And you look back at last year's team, it was really fun to watch. They would draw 2 or 3 charges in a row, and visiting team would get extremely frustrated. That one goes out of play. Cameron Jones ended up on the floor there as Kirby tried to dribble past him. Eagles trailing by 3, 13-24 to play in the first half. Goes to Smith, who's in the corner, gives it right back to Kirby. Now Isaiah Caffey, 4-3. It's good. Isaiah Caffey ties it at 11. And Kirby there, right after the 3 ball, goes in and knocks that pass, that inbound pass, out of play. Eagles now trying to build on this momentum. Give themselves another lead, applying some full court pressure. Salukis get out of it. Kamen Prude, Will Ferris, back to Prude. He hits another 3. Shots falling early for Southwest Tennessee. Kirby. Now Eisler with it. Loses the handle. Will Ferris, odd man rush for him in Southwest Tennessee. Takes it himself and scores. Kirby. Over to Caffey. Kirby will get whistled for the offensive foul. Ironic, given on the other end, looked like he had drawn that charge and got whistled for a block on this end. Now takes it himself and gets called for the charge. Can't make the calls from up here, but that one's got to be frustrating for Isaiah Kirby. Hampton guarding Jones here. Jones lost his footing. Rico Williams comes away with it. Lays it off to Wallace, whose pass again gets away from Byron Smith. You come away with a steal like that, and you get the urge to just move quickly in transition, but got to protect the basketball. 12 minutes to play. Eagles trail by 5. Cameron Jones gives it off to Marcotus Hall. Hall inside. That's Nunez-Radin. Shot is short. And rebounded by Smith. Smith trying to get the Eagles into their half-court set. Now Isaiah Caffey with it. Rico Williams yet to really get involved here, and they go right to him in the low post. That pass still getting bounced around and will go the other way off the fingertips of Rico Williams. Have to give credit to Jaron Nunez-Radin there with the defense. Coach Cabrera a little upset that there wasn't a foul call there. I think Rico Williams shares that sentiment. Thought there was a lot of contact there in the post as that pass went inside. The Eagles going to continue with the pressure here. And they're able to inbound to Gibson. Now Prude with it. 3-point attempt from Cameron Jones. Too much on it. Rebounded Cathy. Smith. Penetrates. That one rolls in. Byron Smith with a bucket. He's got 4 points. Cameron Jones guarded by Isaiah Cathy. Now over to Prude. Comes off the screen by Gibson. Now gives it off to Gibson. Spin, shoots. No good. Gets his own board. That one rolls off. And Rico Williams gets the rebound. Foul called there as they try to take it from Williams. Each team with 3 fouls with 10:38 to go in the first half. Wallace over to Hampton. Now here's Byron Smith. Swings it over to Isaiah Cathy. Takes his time, puts up the 3. No good. Rebounded by Caleb Wallace. And they're going to call an over-the-back foul there. Wallace went in aggressively for that rebound. We've seen him bring down so many offensive boards, create so many second chances for the Eagles this season. That time, maybe a little too over-aggressive. Juan Cajeli, a sophomore out of Montevideo, Uruguay, checking back in. Will Ferris bringing it up. Inside to Cajeli. Williams playing some great defense here. Using that physicality, that size, that strength. That shot goes up from Hall. Doesn't get it to go. Now rebounded. Chris Hampton moving quickly. He's got to slow himself down. Lays it off to Cathy. Swings it over into the corner. Byron Smith drives inside, and they're going to say he was out of play. I didn't see the travel call there. I'm guessing they're saying he's going to be out of play. Again, we see another one. That was the Eagles trying to move on a fast break and giving away possession of the basketball. They want to move fast. You got to play controlled and fast at the same time. Easier said than done, I know. Gibson. Passes to Ferris. Now Cajeli with it. They've got him double teamed. Now Ferris. Stolen away. Rico Williams. Again, another turnover there as the Eagles tried to move in transition. Cajeli, Ferris, and a travel called as Ferris tried a stutter step there after receiving that pass and called for the walk. 9:16 to play. Southwest Tennessee leading 16-13. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Mike Eisler there. He was trapped on the double team, and they're saying when he brought the ball over, at least that's how the officials explaining it to Coach Cabrera, made some contact or forced some contact there, and another offensive foul called. Hall. Ferris hits the mid-range jumper. Brings the lead back to 5, I should say, for the Salukis. Now Smith coming off the screen, set by Eisler. Dishes it to Hampton. Now Rico Williams on the baseline, goes right back to Hampton. Smith has to control that laser pass there from Hampton. 10 seconds on the shot clock, 8.5 to play in the first half. Hampton in the other corner now, puts up the three, hits it, Chris Hampton. Maybe that shot is what the Eagles needed to get going here. Cameron Jones over to Hall. Cahaly asking for it on the baseline. Hall keeps it, goes over to Ferris, and Ferris will get called for another travel. His second in just, I think, less than a minute of play. Mason Matthews coming back in. Again, Sluky's trying to trap the Eagles in their own half. Smith with it now, under 8 to play in the first. Tries to get it to Chris Hampton, and another turnover. And we're going to see Tybor Palinkas checking in for the first time today. Comes in for Smith. And again, I think shooting-wise, I don't have live stats, but shooting-wise, I think the Eagles are doing okay, but it's the turnovers really coming back to bite them. And I think they're a little lucky to only be trailing by 2 at this point. Ferris over to Mason Matthews. Catch and release. Hits the three. Southwest Tennessee have hit 3 or 4 threes already. I mean, Kirby steps back into the corner, goes off to Caleb Wallace, loses the handle. And that's another turnover. Coach Cabrera already used one timeout. It was a 30-second timeout. Ferris takes this himself and scores. And I think now this could be a full timeout there from Coach Cabrera. It is a full timeout. And he'll try to talk to his team, get them going here. They trail 23-16. 7 minutes, 8 seconds left to play in the first half. You're watching TCC Basketball live on TCCEagles.com. Coming out of that timeout, Eagles trail by 7, just over 7 minutes to play in the first half. And like I said before, I mean, shooting-wise, I don't think they're playing that poorly. But, and even defensively, I don't think they're playing poorly. Palinkas, it's the turnovers really biting them early on. Hampton tries to get that into Williams, almost lost it, collects it on the baseline. Now backs himself up in the low post. Shot goes up and one. Rico Williams. Williams doesn't get the free throw to go, but the Eagles get it right back, and it'll go right back to Rico Williams with the slam. And one, how about and two? Make it 23-20 now. Matthews picks up his dribble, barely keeps his pivot foot on there. Ferris collects himself, gathers step. Now they're moving it around well. Mason Matthews in the corner. Doesn't go. Caleb Wallace. Pass to Hampton, right back to Wallace. Takes it inside, and they're going to call an offensive foul. It was great movement there between Wallace and Hampton. And I'll give credit Southwest Tennessee have drawn their fair share of offensive fouls early on today. Score correct. It's 23-20 now. Southwest Tennessee leads, so it's a one-score game. 6 minutes to play in the first half. Here's Cameron Jones. Over to Ferris. They work it quickly inside. Now Cahelli with it underneath, and he scores. Kirby. That pass deflected and now in the hands of Cameron Jones, moving the other way. Ferris. I don't know how Cameron Jones caught that pass. He was looking in completely the other direction. I guess that's just good team chemistry there. Knew it was coming, stuck his hands out and brought it in. Now he'll pull up for the mid-range jumper. Doesn't get it, and it's rebounded by Rico Williams. Hampton, 4-3. That one rims out, but offensive rebound, Caleb Wallace, and he scores. Going back to that Rico Williams rebound, you just look at his arms. Wingspan isn't listed on the team roster, but I might need to ask him what that wingspan is, because a huge tool for him, both offensively and defensively. Now under 5 to play in the first half. Mason Matthews with it. That pass going right into the hands of Caleb Wallace. Moving it the other way. Takes the shot. He's fouled. Gibson whistled for that one. And it'll be Caleb Wallace at the free throw line. First free throw, no good. We've talked about free throw shooting this entire season and how, as the season progressed, some of these teams on the schedule were going to be less forgiving if the Eagles couldn't take advantage of their trips to the charity stripe. Wallace does hit the second one there. But it's something that, as a team, I think they've gotten progressively better at, but a few players that could really afford to knock down a few more attempts. 2-point game. Saliki's lead 25-23. 4 minutes, 30 seconds to play in the first half. Ferris goes over to Prude. Now Prude with it. 3-point attempt. Off back iron. This one goes all the way back to Prude. That's tipped there. That was Nunez Radden with it. 15 seconds on the shot clock to the baseline. And that's going to be a foul called on Mike Eisler. Made contact with Gibson from behind, but he still converts the shot attempt. And he'll head to the line for one more. Just like that, Southwest Tennessee, another chance to make it a 5-point lead. Hits the free throw, make it 28-23. Wallace over to Hampton. Rico Williams now swings it over to Smith. Now Kirby. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Takes it himself. Lays off to Wallace with the finish at the rim. Kirby then another hard fall. Looks like grabbing his back there. 3 on the other end. Prude doesn't hit it. Wallace on the rebound. Leads Isaiah Kirby in stride. Now Rico Williams with the alley-oop. A 1-point game. 2 quick buckets for the Eagles. Gibson guarded by Wallace. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Pulls up. Shot no good. Hampton rebounds. And he will draw some contact there from Will Ferris. That will be a blocking foul. 6-team foul. So 1 more to give before the Eagles will enter the bonus. Under 3 minutes to play now in the first half, and the Eagles trailed by just 1. It's going to be a tough one today. We saw Southwest Tennessee play Chipola earlier this season. Kept it close in the first half before Chipola eventually pulled away. Hampton all alone, 4-3, rims out. Rico Williams on the floor. He's slow to get up. And now it's going to be a man advantage here, and Prude can't finish at the rim, but they get the offensive rebound. Rico Williams back on the other end. That 3-point attempt no good. Wallace swatted out of his hands. Williams was able to make it to the other end, but he'll check out here. Errol Cashwell entering, and they're going to take a look at Williams over on the bench. Looks like he's probably okay, but just some hard contact there. Chris Hampton bringing it up for TCC. Now Isaiah Kirby dishes to Caleb Wallace. 4-3, hits it. Caleb Wallace. Eagles back in the lead, 30-28. That pass bounces right out of play. Eagles trying to take advantage of this turnover here. They've got the lead. Now can they extend it with under 2 minutes to play in the first half? Chris Hampton with it. Penetrates into the corner. Caleb Wallace, another 3-point attempt. That one off the left side of the rim there. No good. Now they trap him, and Caleb Wallace all alone with it. He'll take it himself. And a simple finish at the rim for number 4 there, but it's a 4-point lead. The pressure continues. They get it into Prude. And they trap him there. And that one will go, they're going to say that was off of Byron Smith, so it will stay on this end of the floor. But TCC finally finding some momentum. Pass goes into Nunez-Radden. .15 seconds on the shot clock. Prude with it. Over to Ferris. 10 seconds left now. Comes off the screen, set by Nunez-Radden. Now into the corner for Prude. 3, blow attempt, no good. Rebounded, Kirby. Under a minute to play in the first half. Kirby over to Smith. 3 ball. Can't go. The Eagles still lead by 4. 45 seconds to play before the break. Cameron Jones with it. Inside to Gibson. Wallace playing defense here. That shot doesn't go. Rebounded though. Fresh 20, but Nunez-Radden will take the shot up. He's fouled and 1. cleaning up there in the key. Southwest Tennessee made the trip all the way down here from Memphis. A lot of their roster, Memphis natives, including Nunez. Rad missed that free throw. He's from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Shot clock disappears here as the Eagles lead by 2. 20 seconds now. Could be the last possession here of the first half. Chris Hampton with it. Seven seconds. Hampton over to Wallace. Now Byron Smith penetrates, and he's fouled with 2.5 seconds left. Byron Smith with the resilience to cut through traffic there and draw the foul. Smith shooting 72.2% from the free throw line. He'll have 2 attempts here. First one, hits it. First game that Smith comes off the bench for the Eagles. He's had a solid first half. Missed free throw there, and the clock will expire at the end of the first half. Eagles were behind for a lot of that period, but end up taking a 33-30 lead into the break. We're going to step aside for halftime, and I'll play back my conversation with head coach Rick Cabrera as he talks about today's game and going into conference play next week. You're watching TCC Basketball live on TCCEagles.com.
One last game on the non-conference schedule. What are you looking for in today's game?
Well, first and foremost, we're looking for improvement. Got to be 1% better every day. I thought we did a great job defending yesterday, regardless of who the opponent was, and playing hard, playing smart. But today's opponent is a lot better. You have a great history of winning. But if we continue to play the right way on both ends of the floor, allow our defense to create some offense, and then execute offensively in the half court, I think we'll be all right.
Through this part of the schedule, what have you learned about your team since the start of the season?
I learned that we are very deep. I knew that. I learned that we have a lot of everyday guys, and that's what I preach from day one. I have to continue to work with them on, consistently playing unselfish. I don't think they are intentionally selfish. I just think we're a better team when we move the ball. Because they all feel that they can score, which they can. But, we have to get better in that area. But but they've been attentive from day one. Like they coachable, they want to learn. And I'm still working with them when a little adversity hits, how to handle that. So,
with guys being out for different reasons, you've gone deeper into your bench, giving some guys some more minutes. What's it like for those guys deeper in the rotation to get those minutes in these games?
It's fantastic. I told those guys that haven't played much in the past when they weren't playing, I said, guys, I'm going to need you. I said, you better be ready when your number's called. I said, I got 14 guys. I can't play 14. But you just never know. You are one injury, you are one sickness from you being in a rotation. And to their credit, they always stay ready. Those guys that have not played much, that played a lot last night and are going to play a lot today, are always in the gym, like religiously. So they're staying ready. It's not a talent issue with them. It's just that we have a lot of other good players that are a little bit further ahead.
Now, Coach, I know you're still focused on today's game, but I won't get a chance to talk to you before Tuesday's game at Chipola. Have you started to look towards that game and what you can expect out of that team on the road?
I have not started to look towards it, but I know it's there. I know what it's about. It's the third part of our season, and I think that's the second part, and it's probably the most important part. And I know the man on that sideline. I've known him for a long time. He's a good friend of mine. When I was the head coach at Lackawanna, he recruited some of my players when he was at Michigan State. And I know what he's about. And I know what he has on the table and the players that he has there. So I haven't thought about it. I'm focused on today at 4:30 and at probably about 6:30. I will think about that a little bit more. But I know that game is here, if that makes sense. Okay. No problem.
Getting ready for the start of the action here in the second half inside the Bill Ebrock Eagle Dome. Live on TCCEagles.com and YouTube. Eagles leading this one 33-30. Caleb Wallace leading the way with 12 points in the first half. Rico Williams with 10. Eagles trailed for most of the first half and went on a run to end it. Now take a 3-point lead into the second half. Couple players still out for today's game. Jack Doumbia, Chandler Mack, Anthony Thomas. Anthony Thomas we saw go down with that ankle injury a few games ago. Coach Cabrera said he could be close to returning. Still a little too early to tell, but that would be a huge addition. He was on a points per game basis, is the leading scorer on this team. But Wallace and Williams, in his absence, have really picked up the slack. Eagles will start with the ball here. Wallace inside that one, stolen away. No, Rico Williams comes away with it, scores and one. So he's at 12 points now today. A chance for 13 here from the line. Hits the free throw. They get a 6-point lead for the Eagles. That's their biggest of the day. That one going to be a kicked ball, so Salukis will retain possession. Again, Eagles looking for that 10th straight victory. Turnovers really put them behind in the first half. They were able to shoot their way out of it. If they can limit those turnovers even slightly here in the second half, I think they have a pretty good chance of winning that 10th straight game. But I think Southwest Tennessee did a really great job taking advantage of those turnovers, again led by head coach Jarrett Stevens. Going to get an off-ball foul there called on Nunez Radden. So 2 early fouls here in the first minute of play in the second half for Southwest Tennessee. They stayed out of the bonus in the first half. Only a couple trips to the free throw line for the Eagles before the break. Rico Williams now in the low post, double teams. Matthews and Nunez Radden puts the shot up, and you can't stop Rico Williams. He's got 15. Matching the number on his back. Ferris takes it up. He's fouled. Oh, that's going to be a foul on the floor called on Chris Hampton. Ferris gets the inbound here. Hampton over to Wallace. Drives. Shot doesn't go. Poked back in. Mike Eisler. A 10-point lead now for the Eagles. And now a blocking foul called on Isaiah Kirby. No, Chris Hampton. And if you listen closely, I don't know how well it's coming through on the broadcast, but we've got some rain here in Tallahassee, and I don't know, maybe it's just me. It's comforting here in the rain coming off the Eagle Dome. That shot, Jones rather, lays off note, poked away finally. Hard for me to catch up there, but ultimately the Eagles will come away with the ball. Eisler inbounds to Hampton. Williams sets a screen. Hampton swings it over to Mike, who drives, spins. Shot goes off the side of the glass. Gibson moving in transition. Now Cameron Jones with it. Prude. Dishes to Caleb Mosley. We haven't seen him yet today. Mosley had to pick up his dribble now. Passes to Prude. Stays composed and finishes there, making it 40-32. First bucket of the half for Southwest Tennessee. Rico Williams brings the lead back to double digits. Jones loses it. Kirby fighting for it. We're going to get a jump ball called here. And it will stay. I think I had the possession arrow wrongly marked. On the score bug. The next jump ball will be the Eagles. Mosley in the corner, looking for an outlet, goes inside rather. That shot short from Hall. Eisler, Kirby now with it, pulls up three, hits it, Isaiah Kirby. And a timeout called by Southwest Tennessee as the Eagles have taken all the momentum here inside the Eagle Dome. It's a 13-point lead with 16:42 left. You're watching TCC Basketball live on TCCEagles.com and YouTube. Coming out of the break, Southwest Tennessee with possession. Prude inside, Gibson. And Mike Eisler calls for the foul. That'll be his fourth. And now I think it should probably be coming through here on the broadcast. That rain coming down pretty hard here. Gibson at the free throw line. Misses the first. Coming into today, only a 61.1% free throw shooter. And this is the second, but Southwest Tennessee gets the rebounds. And they get both points nonetheless. That's Hall with the bucket. Wallace Over to Hampton. Hampton to Eisler now. Wallace with it. Comes off the screen, goes the other way from Williams' screen. Now Kirby in the corner for three. It's good. Isaiah Kirby. Ferris, bounce pass inside to Cameron Jones. Steps back and his shot doesn't go. Now Wallace on the rebound inside to Williams, all alone underneath the basket. And who else but Rico Williams to make it 50-34, a 16-point lead. They have gone on a 17-4 run here to start the second half. Gibson shot, air ball. Williams has it, off to Wallace. The Eagles looking like a well-oiled machine here. This is their last half of basketball before conference play starts next week. Williams shot. He can't miss right now, Rico Williams. All the Eagles needed to do in that first half was cut out the turnovers. They've done that so far in the second, and they are clearly the dominant team. That one off the glass and rebounded by Williams. Kirby finds Caleb Wallace in the corner. Drives the baseline, goes up, and he finishes, making a 20-point lead. A 21-4 run here in the second half. And we're going to get another timeout on the floor called by head coach Jarrett Stevens. Eagles really blown this one wide open. We'll step aside. You're watching TCC basketball live on TCCEagles.com.
Tallahassee Community College has been named as one of the top 10 community colleges in the nation. The Aspen Institute recognizes institutions from across the country that have exceptional achievements and a total commitment to improving student outcomes. The college was recognized as one of the nation's premier community colleges, eligible to compete for the prestigious $1 million Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence because of its focus on student access and success, its workforce training initiatives, a seamless and high transfer rate to four-year colleges and universities, and its many varied and productive community partnerships. This recognition from the Aspen Institute is a testament to the wonderful work of the faculty, staff, and leadership at Tallahassee Community College.
Cameron Jones here inbounding for Southwest Tennessee. Got some, like I mentioned, head coach Jarrett Stevens, former assistant over at Florida A&M. Got some members of the FAMU men's basketball team in attendance here today in the Eagle Dome. Prude over to Jones, now right back to Prude. A three-ball attempt goes off back iron and rebounded by Eisler. Cathy wastes no time, heaving it to Caleb Wallace, a three right on the other end, and he hits it. Not even that timeout can slow down the Eagles here. They're leading 57-34. A 24-4 run in the second half. Prude with it. Over to Cameron Jones. Loose on the floor. Williams fighting for it as the shot clock expired. They're going to call that a shot clock violation. And the best bet for Southwest Tennessee was there was going to be a jump ball, but didn't really matter with so little time on the shot clock. Errol Cashwell, Byron Smith in the game now for the Eagles as Rico Williams will take a seat. He has had quite a performance today. That rain really coming down now. I just hope it lets up when it's time for me to head home. 13.5 to play. Eagles lead by 23. Like I said, they trailed for most of the first half, but really coming out firing here in the second. Cashwell sets the screen for Cathy, but he's still stuck that back there by the center line. Wallace inside to Cashwell. Now it's swung all the way over to Isaiah Cathy. Fabian Nelson in the game for the first time. I'm going to get a jump ball called here. Fabian Nelson, the guard out of Olive Branch, Mississippi. Cathy, Wallace on the baseline, loses it. Now here's Byron Smith for three as the shot clock expires. It'll go off the glass, so turnover here. Nelson bringing it up. Hall with the three, off back iron. Smith fighting for the rebound, does well to keep it in. Finds his teammate Errol Cashwell, and now Eagles with it. Eisler. He'll head to the free throw line. Eisler shooting 64.1% on the season. Hits the first. And he goes 2 for 2. (26-4) run. Ferris drives inside, and a long-awaited bucket for the Salukis. Eisler steps back and can't knock down the jumper. Nelson pushing the pace. Tries to get past Cathy. Said bounce pass off to Prude. Now over to Kelly. Will go off. I don't know who it went off of, but will stay on this side of the floor. Southwest Tennessee will retain. Under 12 to play now in this one. 59-36. Eagles lead. And if you're just tuning in after halftime, you're probably a little bit shocked. At one point, the Eagles trailed by 8 points in this game. Now lead by 23. Whatever Coach Cabrera and his coaching staff said to the players at halftime, it's clearly worked. Ferris knocks down that shot. That one picked off by Prude. And a couple of quick buckets for Southwest Tennessee. So a little bit of life from the Salukis. Still down by 19 with 11.5 to play. Kirby brings it over. Now Eisler with it. Now Byron Smith. Great move from Byron Smith, and he knocks down the shot. That pass was going to go all the way back to Gibson. It was deflected, so he'll be able to bring it right back up. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Gibson guarded by Eisler now into the corner for Hall. Bounce pass swung all the way around to Prude for three. Doesn't go. Rebounded. TCC. Oh, great bounce pass. Smith. Now Kirby all alone for three. Hits it. Isaiah Kirby with another three ball. Nelson penetrates the defense, but ultimately ripped away from him. Now Kirby over to Mike Eisler. Hit the alley-oop. Smooth finish up by the rim. Lead quickly back to 26 now for TCC. Foul on the floor. That'll be whistled on, I believe, Cashwell. Yep. His second foul. Rude swatted away by Errol. Kirby. I believe that one was tipped away. It was, so it'll stay. Looking at schedule played by Southwest Tennessee so far this season. A couple common opponents. Holmes Community College. The Eagles just took on recently. Lost to them in their season opener. Looks like that one was actually a forfeiture. Then played Chipola at the Milton Johnson Classic. Lost that one 74-58. They played Holmes again later in the season and were able to knock them down 78-68. They've won, coming into today, 4 straight. And now face a major deficit if they want to have a chance. Byron Smith for three. A little too much on it. Goes out of play. Under 9 minutes to go here. That shot no good from Gibson. Rebounded Cashwell. Now Hampton bringing it up. Inside of Cashwell. Turns around. Jumper. Hits it. Errol Cashwell on the board. Point 69 and 70 for the Eagles. As we start to look ahead to their first game in conference play. They'll be headed to Marietta, Florida. Foul called on Southwest Tennessee there, their 5th of the half. Chipola 13-2, 8-1 at home. So obviously a tough place to play. Nelson works it inside the Hall. 7 on the shot clock. Tries to back down Kirby. Puts the shot up. He's fouled. Shot bounces out. Last year, Eagles took 2 trips over to Chipola. Lost the first one there 82-60, one of the biggest losses of the season in a team that only lost 3 games last year. Then went back there a second time and lost 68-44. Beat Chipola both times at home, including a 70-49 victory in their first matchup. So I think home court advantage has definitely been huge. Both of those teams with some major Division I, high major Division I players on them are currently there this year. You look at Jaden Zachary from Chipola, starting point guard for Boston College. Rico Williams with the huge slam. Going back to that Chipola roster, hard to focus after that Rico Williams dunk. A bucket on the other end, keep it a 30-point game. Foul called there. I believe that'll be on Chris Hampton. Got the fouls mixed up on the scorebug. Fixing that now. It's 7 fouls for TCC. Also going back to that Chipola roster, Naheem McLeod. Seen him at Florida State, so he stayed up here in North Florida. And here in Tallahassee. That free throw attempt off back iron from Gibson. Then obviously on the TCC roster, L. Ellis at Louisville now. Had some really big games against Chipola last season. And we'll have a timeout on the floor. The Eagles lead by 30. You're watching TCC Basketball live on TCCEagles.com.
Tallahassee Community College has been named as one of the top 10 community colleges in the nation. The Aspen Institute recognizes institutions from across the country that have exceptional achievements and a total commitment to improving student outcomes. The college was recognized as one of the nation's premier community colleges, eligible to compete for the prestigious $1 million Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence.
Gibson back to take his second free throw. I want to be no good, go out of play, and head the other way. Chipola with a few returning players, a few more than the Eagles at least. Chris Gardner, Lance Irving, both back. Irving, a starter for them in last year's team. Akor, Dante Walker. Familiar faces. Like I said, only 2 returning players on this year's TCC team, and one of them's on the floor right now. Mandela Baladroka-Droka, as well as Chris Hampton, who's also on the floor. 7 minutes, 19 seconds. The other thing I noticed looking at this roster, only a couple of players out of the state of Florida, or 3 now. Lance Irving from Leesburg, Dante Walker, or Shawn Davis rather, from Orlando, and then a local guy, Ahmad Johnson out of Marietta. Of that 3, no good from Jones. Ball is loose. Hall on the rebound. Poked away by Tybor Palinkas. Slows it down. The Eagles get set. Chris Hampton with it. Now Mandela Baladroka-Droka. Passes it out to Isaiah Kirby. Another shot from downtown. This one doesn't go. Now Cameron Jones. Over to Nunez. Radden, that shot. Grabbed by Palinkas as it came off the rim. Kirby goes past Fabian Nelson. That shot falls. Nelson. Pass to Hall from the baseline. That jumper doesn't go. Rebound. Another one from Palinkas. Now Hampton with it. Hampton takes it himself, has to find an outlet, finds Isaiah Kirby. Now Palinkas, three-point attempt, no good. Rebounded, Mandela Baladroga, and I believe that is his first made field goal of the season. Hit a couple free throws in an appearance the other day. I also believe that's his first shot attempt from the field. Sorry, I messed up the scoreboard again. My one-man crew over here. Accidentally gave those points to the Salukis. Hall, 4-3. He's fouled. Williams just a little too aggressive there, trying to contest that shot. That'll be the Eagles' 9th foul of the half, so one more, and they'll be in the double bonus. Technical foul assessed to Rico Williams. Looked like on that play there was some contact to Williams' face. I don't know if it was incidental or what really happened. But he's given a technical foul, and Cameron Jones up to take those shots, misses the first. So now with that technical foul, they are indeed in the double bonus. So every foul from here on out, they'll get 2 free throws. But mostly academic there. Cameron Jones can't hit a single of his 2 technical free throws. There's 5:26 to play. Eagles lead by, get this, 34. And now Hall gets a chance to take his 3 free throw attempts from the original foul. So it'll be 5 consecutive free throws for Southwest Tennessee. And he misses the first. Wouldn't that be something if, after all that, the Salukis can't come away with a single point? Hall hits his second. Changes for the Eagles. Williams had to step out onto the court before he could be officially substituted after the second free throw. Caleb Wallace, Mike Eisler back in. Byron Smith joining Mandela Baladroga and Timor Palinkas. Hall hits his 3rd free throw, so after 5 free throws, they add a couple of points. Inbound to Baladroga. Going to bring it up and run some point here. Pass goes up to Wallace. Comes off now over to Byron Smith. His shot no good. Now over Ferris. That one rolls off. 5 minutes to play. Baladroga over to Smith. Now into the corner, Caleb Wallace slows it down, goes back to Mandela. Now Smith with it again. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Takes it himself and scores. And one. Byron Smith. Can't convert. Caleb Wallace comes away with it. 4.5 to play. He's fouled. After bouncing around a couple times, that one finds its way in. The Eagles lead by 36. Just an incredible display of dominance in the second half. Nelson's pass goes off. Looks like it'll be a kicked ball. Leading in the second half, 43-14. That shot blocked by Eisler. That was Cahelli that went up for it. 4 minutes to play. And they're going to call Eisler for the carry. Nelson over to Jones. Now here's Cahelli. Tried to go inside, but that one's stolen away by Tybor Palinkis. Now Wallace loses the handle on the baseline, and that will be Southwest Tennessee ball. With 3.5 to play, Nelson brings it up. Caleb Mosley back in the game. Pass to Prude. Now Mosley. Back to Prude in the corner. 3 ball. Can't hit. Rebounded Palinkis. He's racked up quite a few of those in his time here on the court in the second half. Smith. Over to Palinkis. From downtown. Can't hit it. That shot rolls in for Fabian Nelson. His first points of the game. Isaiah Caffey over to Baladroka. Palinkis, another 3-point attempt from the corner. Doesn't go. Offensive rebound, Cashwell. He's fouled. Hits the first. And goes 2 for 2, the big man. Foul call. That'll send Nelson to the line, shooting 2. Misses the first. And goes 0 for 2. Blinkus, 3, hits it. Blinkus with the steal, tries to go coast to coast, but he's fouled. Hits the first. Makes it a 40-point lead in a game where the Eagles only led by 3 in the half and trailed for the majority of the first half. Cashwell comes down with a rebound. Dishes to Smith. Little over a minute to play. Cathy gets it. Now Baladroka lays off the Cashwell, and they're going to call offensive foul. Three from Cameron Jones, no good. Hall puts up a shot. Cashwell playing good defense, but eventually is called for the foul. Hall hits his first free throw. And goes 2 for 2. Cathy. He's fouled. It'll be a 1-and-1, so they're going to say he was not fouled in the act of shooting. Eagles now in the bonus. Not that it really matters at this stage of the game. Cathy hits them both. Into the corner, Prude, 3. Rattles out, but Marcus Hull gets the bucket. Shot clock disappears, and the Eagles, if they so choose, can dribble this one out. And it's Mandela Baladroka, who the last few home games has had the final touches on the ball in each of them. I think is a good sign, usually for this team. 10 seconds left, and it appears that's exactly what the Eagles will do. This one will finish 89-50, a 10th straight victory for TCC as they wrap up non-conference play and head into the first round of play in the Panhandle Conference. They'll head to Marietta, about an hour west of here, to take on Chipola next Tuesday night on the road before coming home next weekend for their first game against Northwest Florida State in conference play here inside the Eagle Dome. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast and what was a dominant, yet again, another dominant performance for TCC. They win this one 89-50. I'm Brett Rutherford. This was TCC Eagle Basketball live on TCCEagles.com.